All right. So, we just went live. We're gonna start tonight's stream, which is a Mega Man X1 hack called Capsule Remix, and I have with me the author of this hack, actually, Power Panda. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hi. Yeah, it's good to join. It's exciting to see someone play the hack.
Power Panda and I got in touch recently because he also happens to be the author of that Final Fantasy VI hack I've been playing a lot of recently, Divergent Paths Deluxe Edition, and we will be showcasing some brand new content from the latest build of that once we finish with this Mega Man X hack. So, what can you tell us about this hack? Well, first of all, I happened to notice that when I was testing it out.
Yeah, you got dash right in the start. So that's the first thing you'll obviously notice is you can dash on the intro stage. That was done by Justin 3009. He's the guy that did the Mega Man X3 The Zero project. Don't know if you've heard of that one.
Yeah, I've played. Well, I've played. I don't know if there's multiple. I know I played one that was like an X3 Zero. I think it was Project Zero. Yeah.
Yep. So he actually, just because he wanted to, put in the dash routine for Mega Man X2 into Mega Man X1. So you'll start off by being able to dash, and when you get the leg upgrades, you will get to air dash in the first game. That was actually a hack that had been developed separately from mine, but it fit so well with the goal and what we were looking to do that I just decided to roll it into it, got his permission to do that. The main purpose of this hack is called Capsule Remix, and it makes Mega Man X play like the rest of the Mega Man X games, where you have to hunt down the capsules, nothing is forced on you, so you don't have to get the leg upgrade in order to proceed. Zero doesn't give you his Buster if you haven't gotten it by the time you get to Wily's stage. And what it does, because anytime you play this game, you have to go to Chill Penguin first, otherwise you just move so slowly. And this allows you to just take it however you want to. If you want to go to Boomer Kuwanger first, you can.
I was just gonna ask about that. I'm sorry, I keep stopping because my cat's looking at my water, and she's gonna probably try and drink it if I don't pay attention. But yeah, I was just actually trying to go over in my head all the possibilities of where I could go first. I mean, I have an idea. I'll just keep it to myself for right now. But it will not be Penguin, and that's something I almost never do. You know, one time I actually, I tried to do reverse boss order. And, you know, I started with Mammoth, and then I went to Eagle. No problems. I got to Chameleon. Could not beat him. Just not even with, like, whatever sub-tanks I had. Just couldn't do it. But, yeah, this dash certainly makes things a lot more interesting. That's one thing I really liked about X2 especially. Is I always felt like X2 was one you really could just go in whatever order you felt like going in for the most part. I mean, at least for Buster only. Like, I had a lot of fun doing Buster only for X2. I'm not like good at it, but it's a very fun category to do.
And you're a Buster only runner, aren't you?
I do a lot of Buster only runs. I might even say primarily. Like from each Mega Man game, I kind of have like my favorite way to play it. Sometimes it's Buster only. You know, on rare occasion, you know, for example, it might be any percent. Oh, I can't think of an example of that off the top of my head. Maybe Mega Man 3. Alright, so I am gonna go here, actually. My reasoning being, I wanted to keep it to myself until I actually selected it, because I don't mind if I'm wrong. My reasoning being that I assume I could just get the helmet upgrade. Oh, hang on, my cat just touched my mouse, and I have to click on the window again. All right, I'll put it on camera. Get off the mouse. Get off.
Well, I'm just gonna keep quiet, and we'll see what happens at the end of the stage.
Okay. Now I'm really expecting a surprise. I'm sorry, my cat's just being a cat. Get off the mouse, you piece of crap. I'm sorry, she's being more annoying than usual. Because not only am I paying attention to the screen, but I'm not paying attention. Yeah. But I'm also talking to someone that's not her. And, yeah, anyway. Yeah, just gonna... Sorry, I hope you're not in a big hurry tonight.
No, we're fine.
My cat distracts from time to time. Alright, so first of all, I'm not really in like a big enough hurry that I have a timer or anything going, so I will go for whatever's down here. Just assume it's gonna be the heart tank. Yep. Why wouldn't you? I'm not too proud to pick up health upgrades. But yeah, as far as you know, the first 3 X games, my favorite way to play those happens to be Buster Only, and those Buster Only categories are, as far as Buster Only categories go, very straightforward with regards to like strict adherence to only using the Buster. A lot of things get complicated in most other games. Most games are pretty complicated with their Buster Only rules. First 3 X games are really not at all. You never have to switch off a Buster for anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, one of the parts of this hack is I worked with members of romhacking.net, and we figured out where all of the weapon damage tables were within the ROM. So all of that documentation is available thanks to the community effort. And this hack was the first one that implemented anything with changing weapon damage. The thing that I had to do is, with Wolf Sigma, the final boss of the game, if you don't have Zero's Buster upgrade, you can't damage him in a Buster only run. And so I changed the damage table so that the fully charged up Zero Buster or X Buster will do 2 damage instead of 1, and just your normal charge shot here will do 1.
Oh, okay.
So it's possible to do a no upgrade Buster only run. Now that's not very fun for a stream where you're showcasing a hack, but if you want to go back in the future, you can do that.
Cool. So, I know you asked if I would consider doing this without armor at all, and at first I was kind of like, I mean, I'm not that much of like an Mega Man X expert. I'm not too proud to pick up like armor upgrades, because like I'll do Buster only runs, but I won't do like low % runs, at least not yet. But then when you explained that there was a difference in the boot upgrade from before and how that was improved, I was like, well, now I have to go get those boots, so I'm looking forward to that when I get that. I might actually do that kind of soon just so I can see that.
Yeah, this game changes a bit when you can air dash. It's one of those things that feels so natural once you get it that you'll wonder how you ever played without it before.
But what I definitely have to do before I go to Penguin, well, I'm gonna have to go to oh wait, hang on, Dash Lemons, duh. I'm gonna have to go to Mammoth because I want to see a fiery Mammoth stage. I want to have to deal with some flames today. And dead. This is probably my favorite weapon out of the entire X series. I think a lot of people probably feel the same way. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
It's kind of like the Metal Blade of the Mega Man X game.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a whole lot of energy and just tears through the screen.
Yeah, I guess in a way. Just gonna see, weapon get screens are all kind of the same. I might just watch them just because like I never normally watch them. It's been a while. Alright, so next we gotta go to Mammoth though. Even though we want to see those boots, we gotta do this stage. This theme sounds really good in the Mega Man 2 randomizer. Look at those flames. Mega Man 2 randomizer has like a bunch of X tracks. A lot of cases they come out sounding really good on the old NES. Alright, here we go now. Oh! Okay, I didn't need the helmet. Cool. Hate those blocks. I don't think I'm gonna go for the Hadouken today. Or Hadouken, I should say. Wow, look at that. I guess I kind of wanted to see what that would look like without boot upgrades. There's something you don't see every day. Alright, Buster upgrade appears to be what I'd expect. Oh, you know what? I'm a dummy. I can't get this, Can I get that heart? I'm not sure I can right now. Maybe. Oh shit. Yeah! I don't even care that I'm dead. Worth it. I didn't even think that was possible. So, how old is this hack? Hello? Hello? Oh, must have lost audio there. Yeah, let me just check that real quick. Maybe my cat accidentally hung up or something like that. Oh, okay, he lost audio. He'll be back soon. Alright. No worries, we're just gonna continue for right now. Yeah, glad I checked that. Alright, so we still gotta go get that sub-tank though, I almost forgot. I'm pretty sure I've like tried to get that heart tank before and I just couldn't do it. Oh no, because you would always have... Like, you wouldn't do it without dash boots. I think I was trying to do it without dash boots at that time. Oh, wait. Ah, okay. That's different, I like that. Still reward them for having the helmet upgrade. Cool. Nice, nice. Alright. Yeah, sorry, I got the game volume down a little bit lower today just because of our guest. So it might be a little bit quiet right now.
Alright, are you able to hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Alright, back online.
Terrific. So yeah, we're just at Flame Mammoth right now. I went and got the sub tank. I like that you added the ceiling blocks there.
Yeah, the design for that area was actually taken from the PSP game, Maverick Hunter X.
Oh, really? I played that before. I don't remember. I know that they put them in a different spot, and I remember being all mad that I didn't have the dash boots until a lot later than I was expecting. But then, like later on, I just ended up appreciating it. It really shakes things up nicely. I like Maverick Hunter X.
Yeah, I just felt that the helmet needed one more thing in the game that it did.
Yeah, it was totally not worth it. It was also a little bit too easy to get. Wasn't really all that satisfying. Yeah, there's no need to even go for it all later unless you're trying to get the Shoryuken.
Mm-hmm.
Like, once you know where everything is. Had no...
Hadouken in this game.
Yeah. Oh, I was talking about in X2, though. Hang on. Never mind. Nah, for some reason I was thinking about X2, I'm not sure why. Alright, but now we're gonna go to Penguin Stage and we're gonna... Assuming that the dash boots are there. If not, then, you know, we'll just see.
Well, I'm gonna give you a hint on this
Okay.
one, that none of the actual locations have changed.
Okay. I had a
The
feeling.
way that
I
the
wasn't
way
sure.
that you get to them is the same. Yeah, with this ROM, with the Mega Man X engine, it's one of the most obtuse things I've ever seen for item placement. It's not based on the level; it's based on the number of scan lines from the top of the stage, and it's been so tricky that no hacker has been able to reliably figure out where to change, like even a health power up in the game.
Huh.
So there is still work to be done in the Mega Man X ROM hacking community.
But I am aware that there's like a whole randomizer community for Mega Man X as well. I considered getting into that, but I don't know. Mega Man 2 randomizer already kind of takes up a lot of my time. But yeah, I've seen people run it. I haven't tried the X randomizer yet myself. I've tried Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 4, and I think that's it for randomizers. Oh, hang on. Okay, that made me a little curious. Wait a second, can I get there from here? No. Wait a sec. It didn't seem like I was able to... Oh, okay. I see it's jump and jump again. Don't even turn around. Gotcha. So you've come. Now it gives me the whole life story. I'm actually playing on a brand new controller today. This is a Logitech F310. I had been using an Xbox One controller for a while, just going off people's recommendations, which is funny because I've never owned an Xbox system. I've always owned like PlayStations. Yeah, just my Xbox controller, it was, for a while I was complaining about inputs just dropping whenever I would press like right a lot of times. So I was like, I need to at least try another controller, and this one's got a cable. I'm gonna take my chance with one of those again. I had a cable on my last controller, but I ran over it with my swivel chair and it stopped working, so I thought I'd use batteries for a while, but man, when I think about all the money I've spent on batteries in the last like year or so, it's like a new pair like every week. Just to give you an idea.
I note that you haven't tried the Air Dash yet.
Shoot! Thanks for reminding me. Nice. Very cool. Did he actually explain that it was like an Air Dash? Like I wasn't even reading.
No, he didn't.
Okay. Wow. I'm just gonna Air Dash everything. Yeah, why not just... Alright, I guess. At this point, why even switch? I'm sorry, I have nothing to prove by not using Buster against Chill Penguin. I'm going to use the Fire Wave this time. I'm going to have some fun. Honestly, though, Chill Penguin, very underappreciated boss, in my opinion. It's quite a good fight, you know, just because you do it first a lot of times. I mean, he's got a nice variety. He's well animated. There we go.
And when I was a kid, going from, I think the last Mega Man game that I had played before this one was Mega Man 3 on the NES. This fight just blew my mind.
Yeah, I could, especially when he blows up for the first time. So I got someone in my chat asking me if Mega Man 5 is like somehow not as popular. I mean, I think people like Mega Man 5. I like Mega Man 5 a lot. I know a lot of people that don't like it as much as the others, but you know, 5, I mean, I have a good time every time I play it. I mean, it's flawed. Like, enemies have iframes. Buster is a bit overpowered. The weapons kind of suck. But other than that, I mean, you know, it's like the stages, I think. I have fun playing the stages, and it's got the super arrow. I considered getting into Mega Man 5 any percent. But, I might as well just go for the armor at this point. But, yeah, when I started looking at just how much I would need to study to learn, like, more super arrow strats, I was kind of like, you know, this would be really cool to learn, but I think it'd really, be, like, it was a bit intimidating just how much time I'd have to put into it at that time. I'm one of those guys, like, I can never make up my mind what to play. I never really want to, like, stay on one game for too long at a time. Unless, like, Final Fantasy or something, you know, that I'll, like, want to finish while I start. I've definitely finished most of the Final Fantasy hacks I've started. Oh, shoot. I just realized I'll have to come back for that heart tank. That's fine. Forgot to do Octopus first. I'll still take a look down there. So how old is this hack?
This hack's been out there for 2-3 years, something around that.
Okay.
Basically, when I got burned out working on Final Fantasy VI, I switched over to Mega Man X for a month, and then went back.
So how long have you been working on Divergent Paths?
Divergent Paths has been in progress since 2017. It is one of those that the project was never supposed to take this long, but shortly after I started working on it, I got hired as a board game developer in addition to my normal day job.
Okay.
And that has taken away a lot of the time that I used to spend on ROM hacking.
Yeah, and just to be clear for everyone who may not be aware, it's a hack I've been streaming a lot lately. The Final Fantasy hack I've been streaming the most recently, Final Fantasy VI, Divergent Paths. You know, just kind of mind-blowing that they actually add more, I guess you'd say, fleshed out additional characters to the base roster size. Increased from a max of 14 to now a max of 16. I'll have to come back for that. And we'll have some new content for that to show off after we're done here. Looking forward to that as well. It's not going to be a whole lot, but it's definitely something that I wanted to experience for the first time with an audience, so we can share that all together. It'll be a good time. So what Final Fantasy VI hacks have you completed, Power Panda?
The ones that I've done hacking on?
No, the ones that like you've beaten, like played through from start to finish. Like, did you have any that you really enjoyed, or?
I have many that I plan to enjoy once I'm done with my hack.
Gotcha.
But it's one of those things that as soon as you start playing other hacks, you think about all the other things you can do, and your project scope increases, and you never actually end up working on your own. So there's a lot that the community has done. I know that you've been streaming Recast, or you did that earlier this year.
Yeah, it was like the end of last year. I think I started maybe like August. It was like I started like 2.11 or no 1.11 was out. And I already started on, so I couldn't start. Like when Seadude discovered my streams, aka Anubian Dragon, who shows up a lot in this chat. Like one of the first things he said was, "Oh no, you're playing like version 1. Everything, like all the sprites look so much better in version 2." And he just uploaded what he says may be like the final version, 2.56, and I downloaded that. Once I'm done with yours, I may get into it again at some point, but I don't know what's really been like changed enough that would make it like, you know, worth me streaming it for an audience again. But maybe we'll see. Oh, he's here. Hey, what up, Seadude? He just showed up in the chat. Yo, Seadude, Power Panda's here. I got Power Panda on mic. And we got
Yo.
Yeah. It's Power Panda right there.
Yeah. Seadude and I have actually worked together a lot on some things with Final Fantasy VI. A lot of things that we both had the same idea, and one of us got around to coding it before the other. So probably collaborated with him more than anyone else on the Final Fantasy VI hacking community.
Wow.
So sorry I haven't played your hack, man.
It's good. Yeah, I was just talking about you know, how I am considering playing again. Actually, I'm glad you're here because I wanted to talk to you about something real quick, Seadude. Remember how you were watching me play Recast, and you would often comment on, "Huh, seems like Tom's encounter rate seems a bit higher than you would expect." And you know what I noticed? Like now in Power Panda in Final Fantasy VI Divergent Paths, you reduce the encounter rate from what it normally is. Is that correct?
That's correct,
They're
yeah.
less frequent. Okay, yeah. Because when I play, like, I started just, I booted up Recast recently, and, like, it just really felt like I was, like, getting into battles, like, every 3 steps, like, and I don't know if it's just because, like, I was used to playing Divergent Paths, but, you know, Seadude did comment, he said, it does seem like, you know, you're getting, like, a lot of encounters, like, more than I would expect. I wonder if it has something to do with how, like, I keep patching my my old save states from, like, older versions onto new ROMs, but, like, I'll still start a new game.
That's actually not how it works in the code.
Yeah, because I'm still starting a new game, like, from the new game every time I do that, so I'm just loading the save state. Yeah.
Yep, there is, in the code of Final Fantasy VI, there is a section that says, each map is coded for normal encounter rate, low encounter rate, or high encounter rate. And then there's a section in the code that says, for each of these designations, what's your random number? That when I draw a number out of a hat, it has to be below this number in order for you to get an encounter. And they have, for each of those, if you're wearing the Charm Bangle, if you're wearing the Moogle Charm. Now, Charm Bangle in Divergent Path, I've renamed that to Moogle Lure.
Yes.
And then they have a completely useless part of the code that says, what's your encounter rate if you are equipping the Charm Bangle and the Moogle Charm? Which, it's always 0, because all of that. But I took advantage of that in Divergent Paths to say, if you're wearing the Moogle Charm and the Moogle Lure, then you get half encounter rate from your normal one. But I have rarely played an old school RPG that wasn't improved by reducing the encounter rate and increasing the experience rewards.
Yeah, I mean, I find it still like, you know, I'm enjoying it. It doesn't feel like, you know, too easy. It's still engaging, you know.
So the Divergent Paths is about 2/3 of the normal encounter rate, and then double the experience, AP, and gold.
Nice. Really double. But does equipment cost like the same as it used to, or was that changed at all in the shops?
There was, I think there were 1 or 2 that were changed, but overall I haven't touched the cost of equipment at all.
Okay.
There was one relic that was very overpriced compared to other relics that did similar things, so I dropped that. And you noticed, or someone noticed in chat when you got Leo, that he was equipped with the gold sword and the gold armor.
Yeah.
He's the golden boy of the Empire. Golden sword didn't actually exist in the original game.
Oh.
It was known as the EP, but you had gold variations of all of the other weapons.
EPEE.
Yep.
Okay.
Now with Leo, I think I switched I renamed the EP and re-skinned the palette so that it was gold. Just because I wanted him to be the golden boy from Vector.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to tell a story through the gameplay that way. The other thing that I did is the Break Blade and the Runic Blade. Break Blade is one that you get towards the end of the World of Balance, whereas the Rune Blade you got fairly early on. You can get as early as the 3 scenarios. I switched the 2 of those. So you now get the Break Blade earlier and the Rune Blade later, because I want you to have the Rune Blade as a viable weapon for Leo, so that he can absorb MP with his runic ability, and then use that MP that he absorbed to do critical hits.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think I gave him that. But it does make sense though, and and storyline wise, I love that he's the Runic Knight now, and Celeste more fun, as a Dragoon. Can't argue with that. Have a designated Dragoon, that's very useful. I mean, before I used to always kind of make Edgar the Dragoon, but he's already got his tool. He's already pretty powerful.
Yeah, so that was. I'm trying to remember exactly when I decided to do that. But Runic on Celeste never really worked that well because she was a magician. And she was hampering herself by having Runic.
Yeah, you want her to have that magic.
Yep. And by giving her the Dragoon ability, I gave her something very important, which is the ability to hide from damage, because she's your healer for the half of the game. Because you lose Terra right after the 3 scenarios, and you don't get her back until the Crescent Island. So by having Celeste be able to dodge enemy hits and then be there to revive her allies or cure them, made it so that you could do low-level runs a little bit easier. And with Leo, you had, when you were streaming the Esper Cave, you had the Moogle Charm on for most of it. Understood, you've played this game a billion times.
Yeah.
But all of the enemies in that cave have really high defense.
I did fight each of the enemy types just once to get them, to have the experience of fighting them. So just in case I ever go to the Veldt for whatever reason.
Yep, and so what Leo does is he actually can absorb a lot of their attacks because a lot of them are magic-based. So he switches between offense and defense depending on the enemies that you're encountering and what you're fighting. And I found that the gameplay loop for Celeste being a Dragoon and Leo being the one with Runic, I loved how it worked out.
Definitely.
And yeah. The Runic Blade also fits into Leo's story.
Yeah, totally.
There's that line that the NPC says in the original game.
I was going to point that out, yeah. And I streamed that.
Well, no, the second part of that line I added in on my hack.
Yeah.
The NPC just says, Leo refused his Magitech infusion. You only find that out after, I think after Leo is dead. And so I put that line in, I had that NPC say it earlier, put in the second part of the line that says, he refused his Magitech infusion. he actually stops other people from casting magic, and that's how he's been able to rise so high in the Empire.
Oh, you know what? If I didn't stream, like, I might be thinking of someone else, but I definitely checked everyone, I think, already. Like, I talked to everyone the first time I got there. So even if I only streamed, like, maybe one NPC, I'm sure I'd, like, seen the dialogue.
Yeah, so when you're developing a hack like this, one of the things you'll notice with Mega Man X is that now that you've gotten all the capsules, there's not a whole lot that's changing. And this is my personal style with ROM hacking, that there's a reason that 25, 30 years later we're still playing these games.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we love Mega Man X the way it is. And I can go in there as a ROM hacker and try to force my view on it. And there are some people who do that, and they do it very well. But my style is to say, put this game to play how you remember it, rather than how it actually played.
Okay.
So yeah, Mega Man X, not a whole lot that has changed except being able to get things in any order. For Final Fantasy VI Divergent Paths, it's more characterized, I think, by what I didn't change than by what I did change. I want it to feel like this could have been an actual release. So I'm not doing graphics hacks, even though some of the graphics look a little bit silly, I think. I'm not... I think the biggest change was making Celes a Dragoon. But other than that, most of what I'm doing, gameplay-wise, is meant to just fade into the background. You don't even notice that it's changed.
Well, one thing I definitely noticed and very much appreciated was Gao and how you don't have to leap anymore. And how, how you can just learn encountering enemies anywhere. Win the battle, and that's how it should be, instead of just running away from them and learn. Actually, can you still learn from running away? I don't think so, or can you?
If you could do it in the original game, you can do it in this hack.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that changed with Gao not having to leap is that remove the flag to check to see if you're on the belt. So none of the other mechanics change on that. Have you also noticed that Terra is able to morph more often?
No, you know, it's something I never really used much, like, in the original, for whatever reason. And I tried to force myself to use it more. I was always just stingy about it, you know? I would always use her against Kefka, and that was, like, it. But now, you know, I've been thinking more and more lately about how, World of Balance, I should use it, like, you know, maybe a couple times. And, you know, I used it in the Flame Eater fight or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm. So with Terra's morph supply in Final Fantasy, there's this hidden bank in the game. You never see it as a player. It's called the morph supply, and I think it's based off of the magic AP that you learn. That gets added to her supply, and once she is above 16, she's able to morph. And then anything that, like, the longer you go without morphing, the higher her supply gets, and the longer she is able to stay morphed.
Was there a cap to that?
I did...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, the cap is 255, that magical number in video games. What I did is I added a check to her morph supply routine that says, if Terra is below 16, set her at 15, and then, or set her at 16, and then add to her supply. So she's able to morph every single battle if you would like her to. The more battles that you go without her morphing, the higher her supply gets and the longer you're able to stay morphed.
Yeah. Yo, I got someone in the chat asking what's going on. Yo, random fellow. So right now, we got special guest Power Panda here. He made this hack, which is Mega Man X Capsule Remix, where he just kind of, you know, placed the capsules in... sort of made some adjustments where you can get some of the power-ups, such as the capsules, thus kind of opening up some more possibilities for how you could play through the game. But he also added air dashing. You start with the dash, the boots give you air dashing, which is pretty freaking cool. It's like, man, I wish that was how I remembered the game playing. And then
all right, now that you've got this, don't go left, go up.
Oh! Thank you!
Yeah,
I already know what it is. I can...
ladder there.
Wait, it's... Oh, you add... Oh, okay, over here. Okay. Yeah, because I would have... Wow. Great, thanks. It was kind of a jerk move to do that originally. They should have given that to me.
Yeah, that's one of those, as long as I'm making changes to other levels, I'm adding a ladder here.
Nice.
So yeah, Random Fellow 12. The Morph Supply in Final Fantasy VI. We're playing Mega Man X and talking Final Fantasy, so it's a little confusing. But it's a little-known mechanic for how Terra gets to morph into an Esper. There's a hidden bank.
You guys have to forgive me, I'm still getting used to a brand new controller I just got today. But yes, Power Panda here also made the Final Fantasy VI hack, which I've been playing a lot of lately. Divergent Paths Deluxe Edition. We're going to actually be playing a little bit of that once we're done with this hack. That's pretty much all I really had planned for today. Yeah, he's with us. He's our special guest for the evening. And it is an honor to have you here. We're having a good time. You know, it's, there's supposed to be a Mega Man X Buster Only tournament that they're interested in holding as soon as they can in the Buster Only community. Just the guy that normally hosts them right now. He's got technical limitations, but I don't know. It's something I would consider participating in, except they're considering going best of 3s. So, I mean, I don't know, the Mega Man 2 randomizer season already takes enough out of me as it is, and we just had that tournament yesterday. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm gonna do the actual tournament this year, just because I feel like tournament season was 4 months this year, because I made it all the way to the finals. It already took like 4 months out of my life, and then it was this thing, and I had to, like, you know, leave work early to do it, and, you know, negotiating with the wife. She's like, this isn't going to be a thing you're going to do all the time, right? No, of course not. Well, now they have qualifiers in April, but normally nothing happens until July. So I'm just like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should just take a little break this year. I don't know. I had a really good run. I can still practice with them on Sunday nights. You know, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Central. We usually race whenever I'm available. I join. It's usually at least a couple other people. Always a fun time. They got new builds that they're working on. Finally, they're adding more content to the randomizer. You know, now it's going to have faster health and weapon refills, including boss health fills. So that'll speed things up. How did I do in the tournament yesterday? I'm glad you asked. I won that tournament yesterday. I won the whole thing. I even beat the same world champion I lost to in the finals last year. So I'm having a very good week so far. Alright. Mandrill, I'm not gonna use his weakness. I'd rather. Are there any like boss changes I should be looking out for? It's all pretty much the same.
Yeah, I've tried to keep it as similar as possible to the original.
Okay, yeah, just make sure you point anything out in case I'm missing anything. But I think you do it anyway, so.
Well, one thing that I will point out, another part of this hack, once you get all of your upgrades and you have the Sigma Fortress unlocked, you know that you can go back to Armored Armadillo and play through it 5 times to get the Hadouken. In this hack, you just have to play through it once.
Oh. Well, I'm thinking about doing it now. Maybe I will just go for the Hadouken then.
Yeah, in this stage, if you have the Armored Armadillo shield and you charge it to its 2nd level using the Buster, you can pretty much just walk through this stage.
Gotcha.
Fire Wave if you want to take them out quickly.
True, but Dash Lemons are also pretty good.
That's true.
Although I am getting used to this new controller. It's got its pros and cons, but it's wired, so it should be more reliable. D-pad reminds me a little bit more of an Xbox 360's though, so I'm worried it might kind of wear out my hand a little bit. And it's a decent size. I just kind of wish certain parts of it were bigger and certain parts were smaller, because I feel like it's really designed to be held with like the index and middle fingers like this. But I don't normally hold a controller like that. You know, I hold it like this. So it's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. Oh god. Now for this, I always use the. Oh shit! You know what? Yeah, I always use the Dash lemon. Okay, it's a new controller. It probably wasn't a very smart idea to do it this way. Oh, I still did it. There.
All right, now pause here.
Yeah.
Did you notice something different?
Yes, yes, the blocks. I noticed that. Nice.
Yep.
I like it.
Again, just making that helmet a little bit better to have.
I'm so glad I went for it first. I have to come back again, or I have to get the shield first, right? Like Armadillo's weapon?
Yes.
Crap, I just remember you're not supposed to use pink charges in this fight. I gotta get rid of that. Dash lemons only. Ah. Dang. I blame the new controller. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Crap. Nah. This fight is a lot more fun than it looks with Buster. I'm just not doing that well today. I haven't played much X lately. I was planning to do some X3 again soon. Just for like at least a night or two. There. Alright, got him.
So you were saying that the Mega Man X Buster only run, there's a community for that.
Yeah, there's a... Well, it's a Buster only community that's it's called Mega Buster University, and it's Mega Man, it's Mega Man X, it's the ZX series, and I guess that's it. Although I mean, like, there are people that have run the Game Boy games Buster only, but not many. I happen to be the world record holder for Mega Man 3 Buster only Game Boy because no one else has submitted to the leaderboard. I have like 3 game overs. That's another one I was actually planning to... Dude, it's been a record. It's been a world record going on almost 4 years now. It's crazy. Like this July, it'll be like 4 years. Should I go back to Armadillo stage?
Yes, of course.
All right.
Yeah, what I would love to see with this hack, with the Capsule Remix and making all upgrades optional, including if you didn't get the arm upgrade and Zero dies, he doesn't give it to you. The only way to get it is from Flame Mammoth stage. I would love to see a speedrunner take on a, what do you call it, a no armor Buster only run, just because I want to see it happen.
Yeah, I wasn't willing to volunteer for that, but...
Yeah, Wolf Sigma can be a little bit tough without that armor upgrade.
If I was a little bit more confident, I would, but like, you know, I've done Buster only runs, and probably most of the attempts I've made have ended at the fucking Wolf Sigma fight. So, bats. So yeah, I'm not too proud to pick up like the armor and all that. Oops. This I'm gonna do what I should have done. There we go. I don't know why I didn't think to do that earlier. I should have done an air dash. Should have tried that. But oh well. Too late now.
It's hard to break the muscle memory.
I know, right?
When I'm doing this, I always get hit by that bottom bird.
Ah!
Right there. Yep.
Look at that.
Sorry, I cursed you.
That's hilarious. You know, it's hilarious because, like, I thought it would save with the air dash. It still didn't save me. So let's try this now. We can actually try regular jump and air dash. See? Now I'm glad I died. Silver lining. Alright, here we go now. Alright, this time. Oh, what? I lost it?
Didn't have full health when you got there.
I didn't? Alright, well, here we go again. I thought I did. I don't... Alright. Well, luckily we got sub-tanks. We'll just use one if we have to next time. Let's do the air dash again.
And as long as you are 2 screens away from it,
Yeah.
or 512 pixels, then you should be able to use that sub-tank.
Okay. Nice. Wow! Now we got it. It's almost like the normal Hadouken. Just like how many times I died trying to get it.
There's another hack for Mega Man X that someone put out about a year ago, year and a half ago.
I'm so lazy. I'm
where
gonna
they
exit. Sorry.
They changed the memory mapper so that you can play it without slowdown. I've really wanted to merge that hack with this one. The problem is that they used a version of the ROM that is not readily available. And so none of the editors and none of the hacks that I implement from other work with the version of the ROM that's used for that. I think it's called the SA1 hack.
I've only played one Mega Man X hack before this generation something. I forget. But it's on my YouTube channel somewhere. It was a while ago. I remember like everything was like kind of changed and that was cool, but like because everything was so new, it just ended up looking kind of cheap. It's hard, like, you know, it's really ambitious to do like a Mega Man X hack.
Air dash, remember?
Yeah. Ah, yes, yeah, almost forgot. And normally I take the shortcut up the actual thing, up the actual wall, but for some reason I don't feel like doing it today. I feel like I want to take my time.
Yeah, the Mega Man X games for the Super Nintendo are the definition of this game does not want to be hacked.
Oh, I'm supposed to take damage. I forgot. Whatever.
There are some games that are fairly easy to hack, and some that are not. Like Final Fantasy VI, all of the tile maps, they might be compressed, but they use a single tile rather than blocking them together. Mega Man X, we've already talked about the power upgrades, how it's almost impossible to change where those should be. And the other thing is just with the tile mapping, the way that all these screens are built, you have to put 4 tiles in at a time, and those 4 tiles are predefined. And if you change the arrangement of 4 tiles for your hack, you've also changed it somewhere else in the game, so somewhere else is going to look really odd. So it's a hard one to do level hacks for. The other one that uses that same system is Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. Specifically, it is the overworld. The dungeons use a fairly normal tile system. The overworld uses the block system where you have to drop an entire block of tiles in at the same time. That's why you rarely see an overworld hack for Zelda 3.
For A Link to the Past?
Yep.
You know, I've downloaded a couple hacks for that recently, and I couldn't get into either of them. I could never get past like the intro dungeon. Oops, I was holding start because I was trying to skip dialogue. I hear a lot of Zelda hacks are just like really hard. Is what I hear.
I've played a couple of really good ones, but they do tend towards the hard. They tend towards the exploitation of some lesser-known mechanics. For example, the hook shot can bring you through spike walls without getting hit. So I played one that was entirely built around that.
Interesting.
The thing that I have always wanted to do, you get the Cane of Samaria, which creates a block on the screen.
Yeah.
And you use it to push the block onto switches so that you can get through. You can also lift the block and throw it, but it doesn't react to the hook shot. I've always wanted to make a hack that makes the Cane of Samaria block react to the hook shot.
I wonder if there would be a way to create really cool puzzles out of that idea.
Oh, I think the puzzle possibility is...
Oops.
I won't say endless, but... a lot of stuff you could do with that.
I'd be lazy.
It's one of those things like Mario Maker subtly changed the mechanics of Super Mario World. So all of a sudden, objects that didn't interact with each other interact with each other now. And I've always wanted to see that for Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think the coolest Mario Maker coolest Mario Maker level I ever saw was a puzzle level that exploited the fact that green Koopas walk off ledges and red Koopas turn around. Or maybe it's the other way around. And there were two shells, a green shell and a red shell, and one Koopa. And you had to keep stomping him out of his shell and then replacing it with the shell of the other color so that he would do exactly what you needed him to do in order to get through the level.
Like with Yoshi
I love
or something?
that one. Yeah, but it was just a Koopa, Mario, and two shells. And he had to solve a series of puzzles by stomping him out of the green shell so that he climbs into the red one. It was great.
Oh yeah, because you needed to walk back and forth. Okay. I should probably charge it. I don't know why I'm not charging it. Alright, now I'll charge it. I'm always terrible at this. Nah.
I remember when save states became a thing. Tried to see if I could get this boss with a Hadouken. And it took me something like 20 tries.
Oh no. Alright, at this point I'm just gonna stop charging it. I think I'm wasting too much ammo. This boss stinks. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this boss. Not my favorite.
Oh, one other change I made in this hack. I've noticed, and it might just be the emulators that I'm using, but every once in a while when you do the Hadouken, you will shoot out a lemon first. I don't know if you've had that happen.
I think so. Well, with charges, I feel like it happens a lot. Like, there tends to be a lot of overlap.
So I made it so that the Hadouken works even when the enemy is in an iframe. Just so that if you send out that pellet ahead of time, Hadouken will still hit.
Nice, very thoughtful.
From here on out in the hack, everything's going to be pretty vanilla until you get to Wolf Sigma. And the only change to Wolf Sigma is that the level 2 Buster will damage him. Rolling Shield does 1 additional bar of damage.
I will probably Buster that fight when I get there, in that case. I'll certainly give that at least 1 attempt.
So with that spider boss, I actually taught English in Japan for about 4.5 years.
Dude, I taught English in Japan for 5.5 years. Where
were you?
I was in Osaka. Where were you?
I was in this little town called Okuma, Fukushima that I knew existed until there was a nuclear meltdown.
Okay. Yes, I have heard. I was actually there when that happened. That was like right before I left. I was there 06 to like 2011. The beginning of 06 to mid 2011. So that, wow, I got back. It's been exactly 10 years since I got back. Oh, no. Exactly, hang on, no, 15 years since I went there. Never mind. So when did you get back?
I got back 2011.
Yeah, wow,
I think it was
same time as me.
November. So I had, like I said, I'd lived in that town in Fukushima that had the power plant. I had moved to Tokyo a couple months before the disaster happened.
Yeah.
I was safe from it, but I still knew everyone. Like, it's kind of surreal when you turn on the TV and you see your students in a homeless shelter.
Wow, awful.
So I helped start a relief organization.
Ooh.
And I worked in the Fukushima area helping the radiation evacuees resettle and buy new appliances and blankets and clothes.
Wow.
I did that until my visa ran out at the end of 2011, and then came back.
Wow. Crazy that we were both there at like the same time. I remember when it happened, like just being in Osaka, down there, what it meant to us is that you had all these people visiting from Tokyo. Everyone, like all our friends that like had moved to Tokyo one time were in town. But it was a really weird kind of vibe. Because like people like kind of celebrating that, yay, everyone from Tokyo's in town. But at the same time, it's just like all the uncertainty of what the hell was going on up there.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I bet. I actually went home for like 3 weeks when that happened. There was just like another kind of family crisis going on at the time, and then that happened, and my mom just wanted me to come home for a bit. Even though I was like leaving a few months later, I moved back. It was mid-July, like earlier mid-July of 2011. Oh, missed. There you go.
So where I was going with that
is
that spider boss.
Yeah.
I found out that that's actually a game that kids play. It's kind of like how we'd play tic-tac-toe or the box game where you're trying to complete a box and then put your initials in it.
Like a puzzle?
They'll have these lines. Yeah, they'll have these lines on a piece of paper, and they'll go back and forth drawing lines. And the rule is that whatever is moving down the lines, whenever it reaches a branch, it has to take it.
Huh.
And so you're going back and forth drawing lines on the piece of paper, trying to make it so that the spider or whatever it is touches it in all of the lines, like 4 or 5 lines, whatever you draw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really fun puzzle game because the board is constantly changing. So when you get to that spider boss here in Mega Man X, for us, it took me forever to figure out how the spider boss worked, and he would not get hit as it was coming down its little strands. And for a Japanese kid, this is a game they've been playing since elementary school, and they just instinctively know where the spider's going to land.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I still struggle with that. And I'm surprised I didn't even know about that. So that's really interesting. Alright, a couple more stages. And then once we're done, we'll do Power Panda's other hack, Final Fantasy VI Divergent Paths, for a little bit.
Oh, random fellow, it's not that hard to figure out how it works. If you pause your game right when all of the horizontal lines come out, just know that anytime the spider hits a horizontal line, it will take it. And so you can pause the game and trace in your mind and figure out exactly where it's going to end up. And after a couple of times of doing that, you start to get the feel for it.
Oh man, that respawn. I wanted full health. Hey, there's health up there. Yeah, thought so. I wanted to air dash through the door, but oh well. This boss would be a bit hard to hit with the Hadouken, I think. Yeah, never mind. Oh, are you kidding me, man? Oh, come on. No, I can't even Hadouken him. There we go. Now we're doing the dance. Took me long enough.
So I'm assuming you know about the trick of using Rolling Cutter on Launch Octopus, right?
Yes, and Flame Mammoth.
Oh, yep. Just never have it early enough to use it on Flame Mammoth.
Right. Yeah, I mean, now I mentioned it, now we gotta do it. Definitely. Alright. Actually, I wouldn't mind filling that weapon either. Come on. Alright, first we gotta fight Mandrill. Oh! I'll take it.
A fun fact about the code of this game, I talked about how a bunch of hackers on romhacking.net and I figured out where all the damage tables were.
Uh-huh.
And when they built this game, they built it to be an engine rather than just a game.
Uh-huh.
So the charged up chameleon sting, where you just avoid damage from enemies,
Yeah. Oh,
has a spot on all of the tables for how much damage it would do if it connected.
okay.
It doesn't matter because that weapon can never connect. The whole point of the weapon is that you don't connect with them. See, when you start looking in the code, that they planned on making Mega Man X2 from the start because they put that in their data tables so that when they switch weapons out in a sequel, they wouldn't have to relocate a whole bunch of code.
There was like a 99% chance that game was going to get a sequel before it was even out.
Yeah, I mean, it's Capcom.
Yeah. That's fine with me. Yeah, X2 is
I
one
love X2.
I always liked it. I appreciate it more later on, like recently. Like now, it is my favorite X game. Just it's a terrific Buster only run, except for how difficult it is to get the Buster upgrade without a weapon. But once you figure out how to do that, and you can get it consistently, then it's pretty good. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Did you ever play the PSP Maverick Hunter X?
Yes, yes, I did. Played it when it came out, but it's been a
I
while.
was always so sad that and Mega Man Powered Up, that they never made it to Mega Man X2 and Mega Man 2.
Yeah, that was a
Both
bummer.
of the PSP games were so fantastic.
Like Powered Up, I enjoyed the time, but I mean, when I go back and play it now, it just kind of feels like, look at the piggy, like it's just really easy to just walk through a stage and tank damage, but just not die. But it was cool they at least added a couple new bosses, but you know, not something I would have expected with each new entry. But you never know.
Well, and then you unlock all the bosses to be able to play as them.
Yeah, that was cool though. I didn't like much care for Time Man or Oil Man though. It was cool to have additional bosses, but like, no, they didn't really add a whole lot to it for me.
As bosses, they weren't that great. I love the oil slider ability though. Just to be able to power through stages on the oil slider.
Yeah, I guess like once you have that figured out and you know, you don't just like bump into everything. Well, out of boomerangs. Doing a pretty good job of not getting hit though. Did I even get hit? I think, like, I got knocked off the wall once or twice.
Do you think it would ever be possible to do a Hadouken on that boss? I've never figured out how I would pull it off.
I wonder. I'd have to watch a speed run.
Yeah, Random Fellow 12. They changed the boss weaknesses and Powered Up. That was really disorienting the first time I played.
It's nice to switch it up though, but at first it does like mess you up a little bit. I don't even think I need to fill a sub-take. I don't think I used any. Alright, here you go. Oh shit. There we go, good enough.
Oh, and it is possible to use the Hadouken on Wolf Sigma if you can get into the exact right pixel on his spinning hands.
Oh.
Pretty hard to do.
I'm gonna have to
and that
try
is
it.
something. Yep, that is something that was added in this hack.
Oh shit. Well, we're doing this vanilla. Dang. Oh boy. Okay, hang on. I'm doing bad. It's fine though. I got sub-tanks. Oh damn, it killed me? I thought I could have taken one more hit. Alright, never mind. Alright, I'll try and do better this time. Let's see.
Look at it this way. You're going to have the record on the speed run of this hack.
Hooray!
8%. I mean, you could go make a sandwich and still get that record.
Tempting. Alright. I don't know why I couldn't do Jedi Sigma today. Every time I play that, I fight him, and it's been a while, I always end up not doing as well. Alright, here we go. Oops. Holding start too early. Alright, here we go. There we go. That's how you're supposed to do it. Didn't get that Hadouken for nothing. I don't know if I can Hadouken this one though.
Yeah, the normal spinning pattern won't let you get up there. But I think there
Oh
is...
shit, sorry.
Yeah, right there. When he pulls his hand back up.
Yeah,
I just saw it. That's when you do your Hadouken.
okay. This Buster only fight is always so intense.
Well, you are doing
Oh no!
2 damage. You're doing 2 damage per hit instead of 1.
Yes, I was actually just about to point that out. For anyone who was wondering, that was an adjustment made into this hack where we damn it! He doubled the damage that the charge shot does, and the yellow charge does 1 damage. Holy crap.
Yep. And then Rolling Shield does 3.
3, huh? I thought you said 2. Oops.
Well, Rolling Shield normally does 2.
I forgot about that. And now we're using a sub-tank because we're not a dummy. Let's see if I can use a Hadouken now. I'm gonna like hold it down though. Come on. Get up there. Why isn't he going up there? Man, maybe I should just keep doing this for right now. Once I get him down to like 1 health, I'm definitely gonna try another Hadouken though. Oh, not quite. Nope. That was still nice to be able to do. We had to test that out. Oh, I missed it.
There you go. Oh, man.
I had it. Yeah, I know. We're gonna try it one more time though. I'll use another sub-tank.
You don't have to yet.
Like if he hits me, I'll make at least one more attempt. Uh-oh.
Can't remember if I made it an instant killer or if you have to hit him twice.
Well, guess we won't find that out today.
So long ago.
Okay, now I'm gonna try him with the Hadouken one more time. Okay, let's go. Nope. Oh! It's okay, we're gonna try. We got more sub-tanks. We're gonna do it. Once I get up there again, I'm gonna use a sub-tank. No, he made it instant kill him in this hack. Yeah! Hadouken! Wait, is it possible in the original?
No, in the original it just bounces off him. It makes that ping sound.
Ah, okay. Well, for all we know, it does at least 1 damage. Alright, that was a fun way to finish that. So yeah, terrific. Thanks for recommending the hack. It was good fun. I really appreciate you having here with us. Again, guys, Power Panda, the hacker who made this hack. And the next hack that we're going to play, which is a hack that we've been playing, Final Fantasy VI Divergent Paths. While we were watching the credits here, I'm going to go ahead and adjust my stream title for that. That's something we're going to be looking forward to doing in a moment here. Alright. Final Fantasy VI Paths. So, are you in the States, Power Panda?
Yeah, I am.
Alright.
I am in Minnesota.
Okay.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago, Illinois. So, yeah, I'm just asking because most of the foreigners I met when I was in Japan were Canadian. But I worked for ECC, and there was a lot of Canadians working at that company. I actually had to fly to Toronto to interview for that job.
Yep. Met a lot of Australians when I was there, too.
Yeah, Australians, Brits. Yeah, nice, good variety, just everywhere. New Zealanders were really friendly. They were some of the friendliest people I think I've ever met. Just everywhere you go, they would just start talking to you.
It's fun to just see how the community develops there.
Yeah.
People that you would have never met ever before in your life, and now you're friends.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess from here is the whole ending just vanilla.
Oh yeah, I didn't change anything there.
Okay.
Only the ex-buster on his hand knows for sure. Story doesn't agree with our gameplay.
I tell you what, I am gonna just take like 1 or 2 minutes here to fill my water, maybe use the bathroom real quick. Just hang tight, won't take long at all. Should be back before the credits even finish.